How does oxidative stress actually lead to mental health symptoms? My name is Dr. Ruth Dutton. I'm a board-certified adult psychiatrist and a metabolic psychiatrist, which means that I look at the overlap between mental health and metabolic health. And one of the things I talk about on this app is how oxidative stress can be one of the causes of mental health symptoms. But how does this work exactly? So oxidative stress is when there's an excess of free radicals, which ultimately lead to cellular damage and dysfunction. So it can disrupt the blood-brain barrier, meaning that harmful substances can get into the brain. It can trigger neuroinflammation, which we can talk a lot more about in another video. And it can also destroy and damage mitochondrial DNA, which are the metabolic hubs of our cells. Now, what kinds of things can cause oxidative stress? One is introduction of toxins. So this could be things like alcohol and cigarettes or other drugs, or environmental toxins, things like heavy metals, pesticides, or even excessive UV exposure. Additionally, chronic stress on the body can lead to oxidative stress, as well as a lack of physical activity and a poor diet that consists of highly processed foods, things with refined sugars and carbohydrates, as well as seed oils. Now, brain cells are particularly vulnerable to oxidative stress because they are, one, very highly metabolically demanding. Even though they only account for about 2% of the body's weight, they use about 20% of the body's energy. The brain also contains a high percentage of polyunsaturated fatty acids, or PUFAs, which are key components of neuronal cell membranes, but also especially susceptible to oxidative damage. And the neuron cells, compared to other body organs like the liver, have way fewer antioxidants, so things like vitamin D and glutathione. Glutathione is the main antioxidant of the brain, but there's also less antioxidant enzyme activity in the brain as well. So when oxidative stress occurs in the brain, it can lead to cognitive issues, things like memory loss and brain fog, as well as neurodegenerative diseases, things like Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, and Huntington's disease, as well as neuropsychiatric conditions, things like anxiety, depression, schizophrenia, bipolar disorder. So how do we prevent or reduce oxidative stress? Well, we're going to eliminate those things that cause it. So environmental toxins, chronic stress, highly refined foods. Of course, we're going to incorporate things that help to reduce it. So things like eating a diet that's rich in antioxidants, making sure that you're getting regular exercise. I know this is a little bit complicated, but if you have any questions about it, feel free to put in the comments below. Wishing you all good mental health today, and I'll see you in the next one.